I know some of you have come from quite a distance. I've just met Andrew Jones, who's a key speaker. He's come over from the UK this morning, and Luciano Ruggio has travelled from ESTHER, Switzerland. You're both very welcome. And there are others who've travelled further. I've just met some people from Mozambique here. I'd like to welcome them from the podium if I may. Dr. Alina Macamo Macado, who's the Deputy Director of Medical Services at the Ministry of Health. Dr. Lydia Chongo, who's the Deputy Director of Planning and Cooperation at the Ministry of Health. And Dr. Jonas Chambuli, who's the Health Programme Advisor in the Embassy of Ireland in Mozambique. I'd like to also welcome representatives from Irish Aid and the HSE, who are key programmes in the ESTHER programme. And I'd like to particularly name two of the people at the front table there. Patrick Empey, whom I've just met from ESTHER Ireland, you're very welcome. From Irish Aid, rather, you're very welcome. And also David Weekliam, our own David Weekliam from the Faculty of Public Health here in the College, who's here on behalf of the HSE as well. And I'd like to welcome you all here to our college, all the participants here today. And we're really delighted that you've chosen the RCPI as the venue for this first ESTHER Ireland Partnership Forum. We're very privileged to have you here, and it very much falls within the mission statement of our college. The college is very supportive of the work of the ESTHER programme, and we ourselves, as David has mentioned, have directly benefited in RCPI from an ESTHER support grant for the Equals Initiative, and I'm going to refer to that a little bit later. The mission of this college is all around improving patient care. And the main things we do is we train and educate and continuously develop doctors for current and for future local and international health needs. The vision of RCPI is to lead excellence and quality in medical practice through world-class training, education and healthcare improvements in Ireland and internationally. And some of the programmes that we're doing with David and Dermot O'Donovan, who's here also, with whom we closely work, are helping us to do that. I think localism is really fading, isn't it, in healthcare? And health issues now transcend national boundaries. And an international perspective, I think, has become much more important and more vital to the work of this college. We recognise that all countries are challenged by the spread of communicable diseases such as Ebola and the rise of non-communicable diseases associated with the ageing populations we see here in the West. Our health professionals in Ireland need to be prepared for health issues arising from conflict, from natural disasters, and indeed from climate change. Ireland's health security is enhanced by supporting other countries to build strong, resilient health systems. So there's a two-way relationship, I think, in terms of aid. We can also play a role in addressing global health inequalities and inequitable access to quality healthcare. I said RCPI is over 360 years old, and it's become an international organisation, and it's got 3,000 fellows, 5,000 members, and over 1,400 trainees, and they come from 78 countries around the world. By extending its international reach, our college, I think, will increase the impact of its mission to improve the quality of patient care. RCPI International Health Engagement spans the breadth of the college and in terms of its various functions and its activities. So the various faculties and institutes, and I'd single out here in particular Public Health Medicine faculty, which is a leading part of the college in terms of global and international health. Then the training function, examinations, events, etc. The breadth of engagement of RCPI has become more truly global in recent years, extending to more middle and low-income countries, and I'm very pleased about that. The RCPI collaborates with other organisations on global health matters, including the HSE, other medical training bodies in the UK and Ireland, and NGOs. I'm going to give you just a little flavour of some of the college's recent developments in global health. We have an international clinical fellowship programme which offers structured specialist training in Ireland for senior clinicians for doctors in Gulf states. We have an international medical graduate training initiative, along with other postgraduate training bodies, and again along with the HSE. This enables overseas postgraduate medical trainees to undertake a fixed period of active training in clinical services here in Ireland, and then to return home to their home countries. This is predominantly aimed at doctors from countries with less developed health sectors. So now we have about 100 doctors from Pakistan who've come to Ireland since 2013 as part of this initiative. and we're extending it to Sudan in 2017. I think this initiative is really important, and the College has received international recognition as part of Ireland's measures to comply with the WHO Code on International Recruitment of Health Personnel, which I think should concern us all. I'll talk a little bit, if I can, just about the Equals Initiative, which was established jointly by the College and the HSE here in 2013. And it began really because we got a phone call from an obstetrician who we know, an Irish obstetrician in Monza, and he rang to say, I wonder, could you get me a piece of a kit? And when we went to ring people and say, is there any way you could help, it was amazing to me how everybody said, yeah, sure, I can help, and we'd like to do more. And from that, we developed the Equals Initiative, which is an equipment and quality initiative to help in low-income countries. And the idea behind it started off in a very ad hoc way and was really professionalised by David Weekliam and by Dermot O'Donovan, who brought great professional expertise to doing it properly. We've begun by donating used medical equipment from Irish hospitals to hospitals mainly in Zambia, but in other countries in Zambia. And when we went out there looking to see what were their needs so that we'd send what was appropriate, it became clear that they had two other needs. One was to train bioengineers. So we are helping them in their training college in Ndola. And it's lovely to see Owen here today, who's been one of the people helping us in relation to that. And also, when we went out there, when we looked at their medical training, we said, you know, there are things that we've learned that I think we could help with here in partnership. So we've established a partnership with in Zambia, and we've signed an MOU with the Ministry of Health in Zambia to collaborate in establishing or developing further postgraduate training programs for physicians in Zambia. So we're a small country here, and actually Zambia is a much bigger country. We're never going to develop something for them, but what we want to do is to partner them developing postgraduate training. So there are three arms to Equals. One is equipment, one is bioengineering support, and the third is medical training, which is really at the heart of this college. I'd mentioned that the college has benefited from an ESTHER training grant. This was in support of development of this partnership in Zambia, and the grant enabled two bioengineers to travel to Zambia to visit the bioengineering technology training course in the Nortec Institute in Ndola in the north of Zambia. And it's marvellous to see that commitment. I do hope we can bring other organisations in as well, such as the trade organisations for medical equipment, and they've shown great enthusiasm and support of us. And also the HSE. I think it's really important to recognise the bioengineering community and the HSE have been very helpful. The Faculty of Public Health in the college has a Global Health Committee, and among its activities are supporting the development of new postgraduate training programme in public health medicine in Mozambique, and there are several representatives from Mozambique, and as I said, you're very welcome here today. In addition, the Faculty of Paediatrics, which is also housed within our college, has collaborated with VSO International in developing a training fellowship programme whereby Irish trainees can go abroad for a period of time to a low-income country as part of their training, and I think that's something we should support and encourage. The college recognises the role of the ESTHER Partnership Ireland is playing in fostering high-quality partnership between our health institutions in Ireland and counterpart institutions in low-income countries. Members of and fellows of the college, some of whom are here today, are involved in these links. They bring their experience and expertise, often on a voluntary basis, and make a real contribution to the health needs in partner countries. It's important to recognise that this engagement works both ways, as I've already referred to, and we observe the mutual learning that takes place. There is a reciprocal benefit to the college and to its fellows and members, learning from other systems, developing leadership and clinical skills, increasing cultural understanding, and developing general insight and wisdom, I think. This enriches our college and brings value which offsets any costs of contributing we have to healthcare in lower income countries. I think it's a win-win situation, to be perfectly honest. I myself am passionate that we have a responsibility in colleges such as ours to give back and to make contributions in a constructive and helpful and tangible way in low-income countries. And I'm very firmly committed to that. During my time as president here, it's a banner I've waved very hard, and I'll continue to do so. And even when I'm ex-president, I hope I'll continue to do it as well. I'd like to welcome you all here again and commend you on the valuable work you are doing, and I hope you've got a very successful meeting. Thank you for asking me to come along today. Thank you very much indeed.